Good morning. Welcome to Community Voice. I'm your host, Keith Parris. I want to thank everybody for joining us this morning. Good morning, Debo. Good morning, Carvey. Good morning, Michelle.
Top of the morning to you.
Security. Hey, Jackie, keep occupied while we call the police.
Wow.
I think you got some warrants. Let's call
Some warrants?
Some warrants. I know you got warrants.
Definitely want it somewhere. Just not here.
Let me start the program off. Michelle ended hers. Happy birthday to my wife, Robin. Happy birthday. Appreciate you.
How is she turning, Keith?
Happy birthday.
Ooh,
I don't know, as much
man.
as Debo is trying to get me divorced.
No, smart man. That's all I could. Okay. I didn't know if you.
Oh, and I got to with you. Some men I started talking, and all of a sudden,
see Kirby.
All of a sudden,
we had to rehash that one from yesterday. I swear we did something to him, Keith.
Well, happy birthday! It was the first day of early voting,
and it is.
Let's see those.
You've already voted for absentee, right?
Yeah. Taking no chances. Got my mom to take no chances because who's say I'm going to be here.
This is true.
So
at least he got a chance to vote.
Then I asked, I said, boy, what changed my mind? So anyway, 414-444-5250, 414-444-5250. What we did not talk about sports recap. We did not talk about a lot of football. We did not talk about the WNBA final. This rare that you see in any playoff series. Every is competitive. These are 5 competitive, and people are complaining about the officiating.
Actually, I heard something this morning that there's some talks of walkouts.
Oh yeah, their CBA
collective bargaining.
They're going to try to get more money as well. They should be getting.
They've certainly turned the league around.
Oh man, it's a great product. And I see it that way because you're out trying to see. But man, it was quite a finals. Kept on the edge of your seat. Some shout out to Liberty. I guess Teresa Witherspoon. She finally, after 28 years, something like that, they've been, and they always had like players. Rebecca Lobo players. They were pretty. But it came down to, and it's really interesting because in the NBA playoffs, everybody's
going to stop using it.
In other words, limited.
Mind-boggling.
Yeah, mind-boggling. I mean, I can always thesaurus it.
Because you're a wordsmith.
I try to be sometimes, but sometimes it's just limit. But it was a great series. It was, and I was cheering for the Minnesota Lynx. It really came down to, but in the NBA during playoffs, you always hear conspiracy ridicule. That there's certain teams and that's true. You don't think Major League Baseball is excited that the Dodgers, the Yankees, in the World Series, 2 biggest TV markets in the country.
That's probably the most desirable matchup you could have.
Right. And they got a long tradition. Mm-hmm. So, that'll be good. But there was always this whole idea that in the NBA, particularly, they want certain teams to win. And so it comes down to the officiating stuff. But I'm going to tell you, man, Minnesota Lynx got jumped. There were calls that weren't made. Focus call because Breonna Stewart has 2 free throws on a questionable call. So almost gave 2 shots at it in order to win the game. So, and this is the first time the Lynx has been there in a long time. You go back to the teams with Maya Moore. It was really good. Pronounce this young lady's name.
Keith, why don't you
Collier? That's young. She is so smooth in the lane. She got this 15-foot fadeaway. She looks like 10 seconds. It's amazing.
Do you think we will ever get another team? The Doge.
I don't know. I think based on how close we are to Chicago, and whether or not you could sell tickets, because I think they need a minimum of maybe 5,000-6,000 per game. I don't know if you could do that in Milwaukee.
Mhm.
Um, but we'll see. I mean, as it becomes more popular, then expansion is usually what happens. I don't know why Milwaukee.
But and didn't it happen before whereas the Bulls were trying with the Bucks as far as ownership?
A lot of these teams, if they're in markets with a professional team, have some type of, because the NBA supports the WNBA as part of it. So, yeah, I think it depends on what you could do. Let's say now you get they got an expansion, franchise, and you got someone like a Kate Clark coming out. They probably get the one pick. If she puts deep seats. People come to see her play. And I was just listening to Sports Talk, and they were going on about how you can't say anything about her. Say anything about her. Look, she's a grown ass woman, and so she's out there playing. She's out there playing. She understands. She understands what it is. But so anyway, WNBA finals. Shout out to the young women who. That's the other thing about the WNBA. They skew old. You know, you talk about some of these women in their 30s. You know, still playing effective basketball. All right.
They can't quit. They ain't making
They make no money. And then they're playing overseas. And then they started out with Brittany Griner. A lot of them going, I don't know, I don't know Russia, but they would make $1 million overseas. And I think they're barely making $200,000 here. They just finally let the teams charter jet, you know, because they were flying commercial.
really.
Yeah. And so, and then people, why are we putting that money in? It's just like the U.S. women's soccer team. They're a better team, a better draw than the men's U.S. soccer team. Yet, you know, they've been fighting to get more money. You know, I mean, when people, so we are dealing with equity issues. I guess we're always dealing with equity issues because we got people who, yeah, we'll be dealing with equity issues. The NBA starts tonight officially. Um, Bucks don't start their season till tomorrow. They're in Philly against the Sixers. My buddy asked me yesterday. He said, "Oh man, basketball, dude, it's still football season, man. They know like basketball." But we'll tune in tonight. And speaking of Minnesota, the Lakers play the Timberwolves tonight. There is a question for whether or not LeBron James and Ronnie James will be on the floor at the same time. Yeah, I don't hear that. Did you? Oh, okay. See, that's the NBA. All kind of conspiracy stuff out there in the NBA. But so you might be able to see history made tonight. It happened in baseball. Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Jr. I think they were with the Reds at that time. Could have been the Reds. They played together. So this would be if Ronnie James plays tonight, his dad on the floor. That'll be the first time in the NBA that you have father sons actually playing together. Uh, my buddy was he thought it was nepotism. I'm going like, I don't think so. Look, Dale Curry played, but Steph Curry is right. I mean, there's no question. Then when you look at Michael Jordan's sons, that really made it to the NBA. There are a lot of players out there who either their dads were so much better than them, or they were so much better than their dads. You know, you think about Joe Bryant and Kobe Bryant. Well, Kobe is far better was far better in terms of his career than Joe was. And I think that's what you want to do. You should be standing on your dad's shoulders. So we'll see tonight whether or not Bronny James will be on the floor with his dad, LeBron. I know we've been doing a lot of hating on it, tongue in cheek, but the reality is, you know, that's part of what a daddy is for. Legacy, man. If shoot, if I had a daddy whose name would get me in the door, you think I'm not going to use my daddy's name to get me in the door? Absolutely. He worked too hard to get to the point where he created that name, that brand. And what it should avoid doing is tarnishing that name or brand. But man, you don't think I'm not going to take advantage of it? Man, as well you should. I mean, a lot of you earn it on your own. America doesn't work that way. You know, America is not a meritocracy where people just give you head. Some people do, but it's also who knows you, right? That old saying is not who you know, but who knows you. I have been so fortunate in my life, in my career, because someone saw something, and whether I was the best qualified candidate or not, they saw something in me and they offered me the opportunity, i.e. me being on WNOV. So, this idea, and then it's up to you once you get there to make sure you make your way and, create your own legacy. But I think that's when I work with the fathers, we talk a lot about legacy, and it's something that sometimes people don't even think about. But even when you look for those who, you know, survived Christianity, you would read the stories of people, uh, father-son stories, I think, with David and Solomon. David, for all of this other behaviors, wanted to build a temple. And the Lord said, one, go eat it, and two, you're not going to do it because you got too much blood. And so what he did was, when you read the second Samuel, we talked about all the provisions he made for Solomon to build this incredibly splendid temple. Uh, but it was the stuff that David Guthrie can build. And that's what we need to do. What we leave, what we put into our children, especially as adults, becomes really important. You think you have no real importance. I know we're dealing with a lot of sociological damage that is in terms of the black family. But you gotta, and I would hear guys talking about, oh, I love my kids. Well, today is her birthday. My wife says, if you love me, buy me something. In other words, show me, right? We can talk about how much I love you all day long, but they ain't putting bologna on bread. They ain't feeding a person. Just say that you love them. You really have to show that you love them. And look, love is a choice, right? Love is a choice. Once we get past a lot of kind of love, we choose to love, and then and learning how to love. So it is important. Both moms and dads, and now and that because we're modern society and women's equity is increasing in our society, that women also leave legacies in terms of what they leave for their family. We talk a lot about wealth in our community. Homes when their life struggles end up losing the house. One of the reasons why the black dollar only circulates about 8 hours in the black community is because most of the people who do business in the black community don't live in that community. And the most fundamental wealth transfer that we have in this country is property. Is So the ability to own property is transferable wealth, especially real estate, is transferable wealth. And I don't know, and maybe we're just so living in the moment that we don't understand that tomorrow will come. America has become more and more every day. I won't say selfish, but it's an individualistic kind of approach that we take to life. Uh, it's always about the people, but sometimes it's really about the group too. And we'll take the whole individual piece to the point where we lose all sense of what's best for the group. I mean, I'm not the only person on the planet. Sometimes we feel that way, like with other people here, we're the most important people here. Our existence, that we would matter. That's not the case. And then for those people, again, also the second thing to subscribe to Christian theology. One of the things is the community, right? It is our responsibility and our concern for our fellow people, and that is, and we get it's just about me. When I get up in the morning, I say it all the time. I see the most important person to me in the world, me. And I got to understand that me is the world of we's, and how do I then expand we we's in terms of in terms of. So just wanted to say that. Again, we'll see what happens tonight, whether or not history will be made. Um, I'm still a little surprised that he's even on the roster, but hey, I guess 17 points in preseason game, another stars, including meaningful players. So I'm thinking they're going to have to relegate him. Uh, they're going to have to relegate him to the G League. Why are you laughing? Well, when he comes to the G League, I don't think he's that good for pro. I mean, I don't think he wasn't that good of a college player. But again, who your daddy is, it makes a difference. And so, yeah, I think he's the G League, and hopefully he'll throw another 4 inches. But I don't know if that's going to happen. 6'2", I don't think 6'2" when he's still to his prime. It's obvious. Uh, he's, he's barely 6 foot. And look, I got this bias anyway against 6'1" and smaller. You need to be Isaiah Thomas. You need to be John Stockton. You need to be Allen Iverson. He needs a shot. Oh, you need to have a shot. You need to be Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson. Now, of course, he had arms of somebody 6'7", but and hands, huge hands. But no, man, you got to be able to AI him and Isaiah. I think they're the standards, and then you get to those sub, like Spud Webb back in the day. Who's my guy? Muggsy Bogues. Little dudes like that, but they don't usually make it in the NBA. I mean, size matters. It really does matter. And then, size. And you out on the playground picking a team. First thing you're gonna do is look see who's the tallest dude out there, right? And then you work your way back, and then who's the most talented guy. But it was something John Nelson said. He said the one thing you can't do is you can't teach height, right? I mean, it helps when you're closer to the basket. It helps when you're bigger and those things. Size does matter. Now, are there exceptions to the size rule? Yes, there is. But the reality is that giants usually win. Okay? Usually, not always. Usually. And I think that that's why the story of David and Goliath is so attractive to people because, it was the little guy who beat the big guy. But if you actually go on and read, and I would suggest people, Malcolm Gladwell fan, I would say student, read his book, David and Goliath. He will explain to you why David was able to pull off what David was able to pull off. And even then, nowhere in that narrative does it say that the Lord, God, Creator, directed David to take out Goliath. No. David's ambition that made him say, look, I ain't got nothing to lose. So what? You get money and you get to marry the king's daughter? Okay. I ain't got nothing to lose. I'm just a little shepherd dude from around. But he was a slinger, right? That those guys are like you ever see the movie Sniper? That's what the slingers were. I mean, they were able to use the what do you call it? Stuff slingshot, right? And they were able to do it. And he was able to get mobility and Goliath didn't. And he was able to pinpoint a shot, and it was the perfect shot. And he brought the giant down. But as Debo and I was talking, the two highest payrolls in baseball are in the World Series. Does it happen all the time? No, no. We've got teams like the Marlins who will have all this young talent get in. The Diamondbacks came out of nowhere. But if you're really putting your money, this is where they're spending. And talent matters. Talent really does matter. You can develop talent, and we do a lot of that, but talent really, really matters. And I'm reading another Malcolm Gladwell book, Outliers. Thank you, Craig, for that. Where it just talks about it wasn't just these people were born, it's the amount of work that they put into their craft. I think it's something like the 20,000-hour rule, that, that thing that you're really good at, you're gonna spend at least 20,000 hours perfecting and working on. Some people are just born with a certain gift, but even then, your gift will only take you so far. You at some point have to work. You see it in athletics where young, like a college cornerback, right? He can make a whole lot of mistakes in college as a cornerback because of his talent, and he has so much talent. If you look at technique for a cornerback, you wouldn't look at Deion Sanders, right? Because Deion Sanders, his whole thing was, if you beat me, my makeup speed is going to make up for my deficiency in technique. Where there's others who it really is about the technique and the ability to actually do it the way. As we get older, we have this thing called wisdom helps us to be a ball player. You can just run fast, jump higher. Now you have to learn how to use your running and how to use your jump. And now with analytics, um, they can measure the number of steps that, for example, a basketball player takes. And they were talking about Nafisha Collier. And in one game, she literally ran 2 miles. That's the number of steps she took. They're counting those steps, and then they equate the steps out. So everything. So it is, I played basketball in the old Catholic Conference, came to Metro. It was all about the fundamentals. Well, because quite simply, physical talent was a premium in the Catholic Conference. So there was a heavy emphasis on fundamentals, basics. When you went to other situations, I can tell you the city conference where the talent level was so much better that, again, I talked about Deion Sanders in college, and even Deion Sanders in the pros as a quarterback made a lot of mistakes, but he had makeup speed. And so your technique, your ability, it's just like they tell you if you're a quarterback and you play a receiver, just because the receiver gets the step on you, don't panic. Trust the technique. What do they tell you to do when he gets a step? You keep running, right? Some people panic and they stop or they hesitate. And in the NFL, I saw a play last night with the Ravens. Oh, I can't think of this kid, what his number was. But man, he did just a little fade like he was going to the sideline, and he froze the defender just enough. And he got 2 steps on him, and it was over. It was over. So technique matters. No matter what we do, there has to be method, right? There has to be technique. I had a poetry teacher, and I'm trying to free flow. He put it out there. Poetry is like a house. If the house has a poor foundation, the house will fall. If your poetry has a poor foundation, the poetry will fail. And when you think about some of these rappers, someone like Tupac, people who really study language. It looks like Jay-Z was a guy who's really studied language. You can hear it in the words they use and how he used those words and how he structures, the lyrics. It is because they have a an advanced knowledge of vocabulary and words and word meaning. So you're just not up just stringing words together. It should mean something. So it is important for technique and what you put into your craft, the amount of work that you put into your craft in order to perfect. Ramsey Lewis, I was a big Ramsey Lewis fan, the late Ramsey Lewis. And Ramsey Lewis still took technique lessons in terms of his fingering on the keyboard as he got older. You have to constantly work on your craft. Now, I know we get to a certain point in life where we just put the tapes in and it's automatic. One of the benefits of me having to do this radio program every day is that I always need fresh information, right? I just got it. So I'm looking at all these sources to get as much information. That's what Michelle does. The amount of preparation that she puts into walking in here and having these discussions. A lot of people, you just do it off the top of your head. No, you don't do it off the top of your head. There's some people gifted like that, but many of us have to work. Yeah, I need to switch. All right. You're listening to Community Voice. When we get back at the bottom of the hour, we'll be inside Be Healthy, Be You. We'll be right back.
up in Door County for 4 days. So
Up north.
up north.
Oh, that's right. When
So
you posted was that their actual suitcase with those? Just
it was seriously almost that big. We're 4 days. I pull up and I'm like, where are you going with that? And that wasn't it. She had other bags to go with it. I'm like, how are we supposed to get all that in the car? We're going for
a 3-hour cruise.
Right, basically.
You're looking like the house.
I had my little carry-on luggage, and that was it. And I mean, she had the biggest piece of luggage you can find and all these bags. I'm like, oh my goodness. Where are you?
What you might get into, so you want to be prepared.
I guess.
Night out on the town or something.
Yeah, those jeans and other stuff
you guys
I had
pick
would
any
do
apples
well.
or anything? What did you do?
No, we didn't pick any apples. We did do a couple wine tours where there was tours. See, tours.
Tours.
I
thought it was a thing. I thought it was a thing. Like they do tours up there.
It's a tours. But you go to a bunch of it's like a 5-hour thing. You hop on a little bus like thing, a trolley, and you go to different wineries and have wine and cheese tastings and stuff like that. So we did that. We were out on the boat a couple times.
Kind of reminds me of being out in California, going out and the big old trees and all of that, and you're going through the winery piece.
Yeah, so we did sample the wine.
Gotta be careful with that because you could be pretty ripped when you get down.
Oh, you should have seen the trolley ride home after that last one. Yeah, it was pretty interesting to my friend $5 bills. What is that? The Monty Hall's one that you'd ask you if you have this in your purse. If you have this in your purse, you get whatever. So at that point, people on the trolley were going crazy. I got it. Giving everybody $5. Time for us to get home.
Gas money.
Right.
Don't spend
need
the
that
gas
to get back home. So it was so beautiful. We were out on the lake on Sunday and jackets and everything. It was great. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
We have been over our temperatures. Yeah.
Thanks. Key West, the big deal in Key West is sunrise and sunset. Sunset's a big deal. They got the whole thing they do. And they're on a catamaran and drink whatever you want to drink. I saw.
Did you see?
I saw the lights.
I
think I did. It was bad. It was fun, but man, it was just kind of what that. Then I thought, dude, if you go over the side of this boat,
you're in trouble.
And I don't think you want life jackets.
They don't make you wear life jackets, but you should at least know where it's at.
I was we had children, and I was talking to kids about baptism. I said, how many of you all know how to swim? We had 12 kids, maybe kids raised their hand. And I said, well, so I was talking to them about that bit was, big word immersion. And they knew immersion was dunk. I mean, we great conversation. And so then I said, so I think you need to know how to swim just in case when you get baptized, we drop you.
That's nice, Keith. Way to go. That baptismal rate go down.
But then I also pointed out, here's my public service announcement. I said, but you all need to learn how to swim because Black youth and children have a disproportionate training just because we do not teach our kids how to swim. And this whole lie, how do we get our hair messed up? I'm gonna say it. Which is, you're doing vanity over safety, and I think that sometimes, because I do know that most of the public schools that have pools, we have swimming, and I bet you they let people opt out. And I'm sure the number one reason why those parents are opting their kids, especially their girls, out, because of their, which is crazy.
Yeah, when I was in high school, it wasn't an option. You had to take swimming class.
Right. I didn't even know Bessemer had a pool. It was the last game of my senior year. See how memorable that was. And we played at Bessemer, and they put too much chlorine in the water. We could smell the chlorine. I'm going, why is this? Oh yeah, there's a pool right in the old gym, right in the back there. I'm like, oh, they had a swimming pool. I don't know if Marquette had. We used to sell pool passes to freshmen at Dominican on the 4th floor.
My goodness. Yeah.
We sell pool passes. Yeah, 75 cents a pop.
Yeah.
You're a freshman.
They didn't know any better.
They didn't know. But we pool passes.
But Keith, last week I was on the radio and there was a gentleman in there who had received an award for saving someone. And he was talking about it, and he said it was like deja vu. And they said, "What do you mean?" So a month earlier, he had saved one girl. They were being baptized. Two sisters were being baptized in a lake pond. Okay. And I don't know what happened, but one of them did drown. Ended up saving the other one. They were both drowning, so we were able to save one.
At a baptism?
Yeah, baptism. Yeah.
I don't want to get racial with this piece.
I don't know. I don't know because they didn't show their pictures.
We've been out the rivers and ponds, down south. That's how folks get baptized, in
and there's
the water.
Still places up here that do it that way. When they get enough people, they
yell snake.
Yep.
Because I think those snakes would be black racers. No, they yell snake and people out the water.
Mm-hmm. All of that I've seen that never running at least 3 out water.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Well, he wasn't.
Were they in the water?
I have no. I didn't get all that from the TV. I didn't call him and ask him.
No. But I'm just saying.
I know you wonder what was going on. How deep was the lake? Was there a drop off somewhere? And they because sometimes you can go out and instantly you drop down, 40 feet.
Planet Court.
Yeah.
Why not? You tried at the YMCA. Well, you just want to do it enough to survive, man. We're not looking at you go through the Olympics, but okay, till you get tired. And then as Kennedy, my godmother said, we played this game called Jump. Have you ever played Jump? Jump is a math game for kids. And what you're doing is you add by one and subtract by one. So for a 5-year-old teaching you, and she looks at it like we playing spades. So she be like, "You going down? You going down?"
So Carly, in essence, you're going down.
You're going down. So we played the other day. She went in the room with Rhonda, and she was because I've been beating her so badly. She don't say you going down, but she is Rhonda. I be going down. I'm going down. And then
you run around beating up a kid.
Oh man, look, I'm like, yeah, we ain't got no soft kids out here. We think it's too soft. Don't be letting them win. And life ain't that way. They're not gonna let you win in life.
Gotta show you while you're young.
Right. You gotta get them tough now.
Sit in the bed crying.
Right.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you should see my family at it.
Don't care about no kids. You rolled up to the table. You was grown enough to get to the table. You grown enough to take this one ticket you about to get.
That's why I don't know.
She's 5 years old. What I care about a 5-year-old? I'm doing my self-esteem.
It's your own problem.
I got my own problem. You'll catch up.
Oh.
She ain't trying to let me win. She
ain't
trying to let her win.
She ain't doing, oh my God, I'm going like at first. I'm kind of like, no, we don't let her win.
Yeah.
But she's getting better at it. She's getting better at it. So we had as close to golf as I ever got was weak. And my godson Frankie had to be about 4 or 5. He could have been 4 or 5. And so he was with us. And so we
Mhm.
and he killed me. We bowling. Oh man, he killed me. He just but I just retired. So guess what I got time to do? Practice. Practice. He came over there. Right. Come on, man.
Grandkids. My mama.
Oh, mama, even.
Y'all jump up while they crying and say, "Life ain't easy."
Right. Ain't that what you told me?
Pick up this
You better man up. But when I finally beat him, he didn't want to play anymore.
Oh yeah.
He was,
I mean, you better play too.
but he was on timeout for something. And so I guess I was torturing him. So I'm down there playing. He can't play. And I messed up. He started laughing. See? You don't let kids win. That's not fair. It's all about
See, I've never been a card person because growing up watching the family play cards, and it got pretty bad at some point.
She must have killed it.
Yeah.
Must have witnessed something. But I think she played video games with her dad. And so, would anybody know in an African American home or dorm room or picnic?
Cards
Did
are
I say
coming.
picnic? I'm sorry.
Oh,
I didn't mean to say that.
I
Thank
know.
you,
Yeah,
sister. Thank you, my sister. Cookouts. Shakina go like, hey, my brother. You don't do picnics, my brother.
That wasn't Sakina. That was Tasha.
Tasha.
Yeah, Tasha.
Tasha, get on you.
Tasha X.
Hold on, player.
Come on, player. No. We ain't doing no picnics. No,
Not up in here.
not up in here. And that's really a myth, but it don't matter at
I
this
know,
point.
but it flows together a little too easy. So
Right.
we
And so once we ran with that, because there was a conspiracy brother who was blowing it up. I was just looking at this dog. I'm going to write a paper on this. It's going to circulate. So now, I have to get myself. You don't see that. Do you ever see any advertising now? When people
No.
Back to school picnic?
No.
Back to school cookout. It's not a back to school.
Affair.
Affair.
It's a
Can't
conspiracy.
use
Y'all make
picnic no
everything
more.
a
Conspiracy with a Q, brother. Conspiracy with a Q. Oh yeah, that's a conspiracy with a Q right there, boy.
My son hit me on to it. Man, he dress up, Dad. They would dress up and they said, go to meet.
Right. I don't know how it's out there as part of our sociology and you found that? Yeah, that's where it came. That's where it allegedly came.
Yes.
That at Lynch that they would have picnics.
Yes. With their children and everything used to
Everybody,
participate in it and watch them.
Right.
And then it would turn into pick.
Yeah, I already picked one. But anyway, thank you, my sister, for that correction.
I got you.
She was
Now,
quick.
could you let Shakina back in?
So when you look at her eyes, it's like those nation eyes. Yes, my brother. I understand. You don't get your mind right, bro. You my guy.
She was quick on it.
Don't let it happen.
Right. Because
I don't think you want to talk to Tasha like that.
yeah, man.
No, that's what Tasha's saying to him.
Oh, that's
She
what
ready
she
to get out
said.
this red, go get all black. Come in with her beret on and the combat boots. This means war.
Yeah.
Charles,
Well, at
this
least we
means
know
war.
Tasha's deep.
Huh?
At least we know Tasha's deep. She ain't no.
And she deep too.
She deep. She does
She deep too.
Mhm.
Everybody get out fishing lessons. Tasha's.
You don't fish?
I've never been on my bucket list.
Wait though, she wants to go. She
I
does.
don't
Somebody's
want
got
to
to.
fool.
She just wants to put the rod and pull the fish out, and then have somebody take it off and throw it back and bait the hook. She just wants to pull it out the water and see.
I do my fishing. Let's see, Sundays.
Yeah.
My pension.
I like her gardening. You know, she gardens at Pick and
Pick and
Save.
Pick and
Save,
save,
yeah.
right? You know,
Yeah.
what was the saying that we used to hear? Make groceries.
Yes, make groceries.
Go make
I still
groceries.
hear that when people say that.
But I would make groceries.
I gotta go make groceries.
Something I came up with was part of our whole financial package was going to go pay something on that bill. Not pay the bill, go pay something on the bill. You're going to drop a little something on the bill. So again, we talk about it is open enrollment for Medicare for those folks out there. I think for a lot of the private health insurance plans, it's probably open enrollment with your employer.
Yeah, it is. And like a lot of health employers too do this time of the year. And I think to coincide with that, because you have employees that are working, they have Medicare and they have their private insurance through work. So yeah, the October 15th, I think it was, till December 7th is open enrollment. So that's a time that you can change your Medicare plans. If they have your number, you're probably getting a million phone calls by now. And don't be swayed by that. You really want to have information because there have been people that have had the plan switch, not knowing that they were really switching their plan, and then their doctor's no longer in that network. So um, I don't have the information with me today, but we will bring that back on places that you can call and get accurate information, and they can make sure that the plan is the right one for you if you want to switch, if your doctor's in that network. Because they all are different deductibles, different co-pays. So you really know sometimes the more expensive plan, it seems is more expensive, but it covers more, have less deductibles and co-pays. So in the end, you're saving money, but you might need somebody to really help you through that.
So again, and again, folks who you're getting advertisement this between the solicitations for money for political campaigns and Medicare open enrollment and health insurance open enrollment. Certain lists, you're going to be getting a lot of phone calls, texts, and emails. I was looking for something for my son, and I made the biggest mistake ever. I checked the box, which allowed them to send me advertising.
Yeah.
And normally that box is pre-checked.
Yes, it is.
And so you might want to take a look at that if you don't want to be on that list. We're inside Be Healthy, Be You. Mr. Brenda Buchanan, Mr. Keita Williams, Ascension, Wisconsin. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Community Voice. They're probably
Just let the music go on.
I'm listening.
and
I'm
on.
trying to get focused in the key. There's a problem here. We're inside Be Healthy BBU, Canada, Williams, Wisconsin. Again, encourage people to make sure. There was something that you all brought up though about those who go in for their Medicare physical. Talk a little bit.
So, in the clinic, a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know that when they go in there for their medical physical, it's important to get your free visit. Go ahead and get it. When you talk about other things outside of the wellness exam, it is an extra charge. And I know they wonder about those. Why did I get this bill? Because you mentioned something outside of what the conversation would be in doctor's office. And I also want to say, when the medical assistant is coming in the room asking all of these questions, we're not trying to give you the business. I promise. We have like no, it's not our business. It's for you. We're getting you
Well, you need
prepared
to know my business.
for the doctor. I have to see other people. I have like 25 other people that I have to check in. I'm just asking you these questions so that you can be ready for the doctor and y'all can have enough appropriate time for the conversations that needs to be. That's it. That's it. But when you go outside there, you add something to the chief complaint other than a wellness exam, that is an extra charge. And a lot of people do not know that about their.
You remind me of
What
when
that
me and
means.
my brother
Mhm.
I'd say, Mom, you tell me to stay out my business. And my mother said, you ain't got no business.
Right.
You ain't old enough to have any business. But that I hear that all the time when people going in, and I won't say whether it's for assistant or whatever you're going in. I don't want them all up in my business.
Mhm.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you
You want them in your health business because you're gonna die
Mhm.
if you don't tell them
do.
something so for them to be looking out for. Anybody else in my business? Well, the one person that you can let all of your business is the doctor.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know, those little things that you withhold may be so important in the big picture in making a diagnosis or
That
treatment.
cut that just keeps bleeding
That's
and
right. That's
bleeding.
not human.
That's not healing.
Mhm.
And I know it's fearful. Talk about, we go in. So, do you drink alcohol? Yeah. Well, how often do you drink? Say what, 2 or 3?
Mhm.
And people be right up for 1.5. Dude, you leave the bottle every night. Right? You know, those old cowboy movies where they say just leave the
Yeah.
bottle because you take it into the head.
Oh, we have some honest ones.
Do you?
Yeah, sometimes they come in there drunk. I'm like, wait,
Well, how could you lie about it? I mean,
Right.
we
You just had a beer? I
Somebody
don't
just
think
came
so.
in.
strike a match up in here. The
Right.
place gonna blow up. The alcohol content is so
Somebody had
high
came
up
in,
in
he
here.
just got like hit. Oh, he was on his bike and he just got hit and came in. He said, I'm hurting really bad. I was like,
Drunk on your bike.
drunk on your bike. And I'm like, oh my God. I need an appointment right away.
Mhm.
You go to the emergency room.
You know,
Well,
when
you
you
should have a different approach. Because
No,
your
no.
inflection is all high.
you
I am my community, so I relate to
Normally
me
her voice is, but no panic.
Well,
Don't get panic.
let me tell you, Julia can go high when she needs
Really?
to too. Oh
Yeah.
yes.
That's my favorite. It's like Bob Buford in Major League threw a pitch. And it was so outside. Just a little outside, right? So as Julia said, yeah, your pressure's just a little bit high.
I remember Julia telling this lady for food pantry she had on an outfit that was really it didn't fit. But you liked
Not
it.
over at Ebenezer.
Julia said, "Baby, don't wear that outfit no more. When you go home, throw that away."
But my man liked it.
Yeah, wear for your man at home. Then. That's
Oh,
it.
no.
No?
Yeah,
Be
when
wearing
Julia
that there.
took the head, she can take it
Oh,
there.
she
When she
can
tilt
go
the
there.
head, she do this. Yeah,
can't even get away from my mama.
Well, she here today.
Um,
But I just want to add that this was recently, again, not giving all the information. So somebody I was working with was getting a mom, and she had something on her breast for close to a year, and she showed it to me, and I just thought it was well, she was scheduled for a mammogram, and she showed it to me, and I said, "Well, your doctor that." I mean, it could be nothing, but it could be something that's been there for a year, but then you can't regular mammogram. You have to have a screening mammogram when you have something going on with your breast. So, if you're like, "Well, I've never had a mammogram. I'm this age. If I got this going on, I might as well go on and get it." You need a different type of mammogram when you have something going on with your breast. It's called a diagnostic. So, you gotta be honest. Don't hide things. You hide them, it's your health. It's not the doctor's health. It's not my health. It's your health.
but you are vulnerable. I mean, let's talk about the second. Right?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
I
people
mean,
are
there's some real
scared.
psychology.
And a lot of it is fear. Fear
Yeah.
of what's gonna happen. What are they gonna diagnose me with? Do I have breast cancer? Do I have this? And a lot of people tell you, "I don't wanna know. I'm gonna die anyway." You know, um,
I'm
And
drunk on my bike. I'm
right?
gonna die anyway.
in the Medicare Advantage, some of the questions we ask, do you feel safe at home, or and we have
Granddad stand in the back.
they grab bars,
Like standing right
grab
there,
bars, and they be like, "Why you need to know that? Like, we're not gonna move you out your house because you don't have a grab bar, or because you
Maybe
have
we
a
can help
drug.
you get a grandfather.
Maybe we can give you extra
Now, I
resources.
say I
And
always
be
thought that
honest."
was asked. I didn't realize that it was are you ambulatory and safe in your house in terms of being able to move.
Yeah.
I was thinking,
It's
Yeah.
You think it's a, you
intimate part of violence.
No,
it is.
Somebody
It's
beating
that
on you?
too.
Yes,
It's
Somebody
that.
abusing you?
abuse.
Do you feel safe in your home? Is there anyone that makes you
I feel when he
Well,
says
that's a
that you're
catch-all.
not going to feel
Yeah.
safe
That's
in
a
the car on the
catch-all.
way
It
home.
right? It's a catch-all, and they
Yeah.
ask that
But you
because
say keep
we
up safe.
don't-
Get here, but I got to go back to the car. She
Right,
waits for me in the
right,
car.
right.
What you tell her?
But you know what? That's
No,
one of the things I appreciated about COVID, though, because we were able to separate. Because the rules was, as long as they were competent, you can't come in the room. So that was one thing I really appreciated about. If I didn't get nothing out of COVID, I appreciated that because we was able to separate those couples and separate those.
Did you find that though a lot? Where folks
out of
were
There's a lot of elder abuse.
it's a lot of elder
especially.
abuse, but one of them I was like, oh my God. I was very upset. Like I got like.
you wanted to do a little something.
Because I'm just like, you cannot come in, had to stand on like major business. You cannot come in here. No, nope, that is you read the sign. I don't make the rules. I'll call the supervisor. She coming, and then when she came to the back, she was like telling us, the lady was taking her money and stuff. I just don't play about somebody else. So that
Right.
really hurt my feelings to know that lady sitting out there and she had to feel like, what's she in there saying? Just you
Yeah.
knew you
She
weren't
knew
right.
she was telling
You knew
something.
you weren't right,
Yeah.
and she finally had to say. So those questions are important. Just answer honestly, so
Yeah.
that we can.
And financial elder abuse, it's one of the yeah.
Misappropriate the phone.
So so it is. It's a catch-all. We do want to
Mhm.
know if you're safe in your home physically, but as well as if there's somebody abusing you, do you feel safe that way?
Yeah.
Because
And if you need some help at home, call your insurance personal care worker. A lot of people don't know how to navigate that as well. I've had that as in the clinic as well. They're like, "Can you be my person?" No, I can't. I know you hear it. That's about it. But a lot of them don't know. You call your insurance company. You can kind of tell them that you need that extra assistance, and then go to the doctor. Doctor can do an order. They can have the conversation with your insurance company because a lot of
There
they
was a
can't.
lot of so many hours.
Yeah,
That's
and
right.
I
That's
used
right.
to do
Because I
that.
am a PCW.
Yeah, and I used to do assessments for like second year of COVID. I kind of did that. Yeah, so I would go in and do assessments in homes. And you look at their mobility stats. Well, and they claim Can they sweep? Everything. So it's just a lot of questions you ask.
You go,
and then
you look in the medicine cabinet?
no, because we get that from the doctor. We can get a list of their medications as part of what we have to do.
One of my
to
former
decisions.
jobs, that was the things they always told us to do was ask to use the bathroom.
And look at what they can. Well, you can always see then if they're taking their meds or not too. It's a pretty comprehensive assessment. We can put all that together.
He knows it.
And
now you just talking about opening, like he knows it.
Opening cabinets is like just use the bathroom. Come out. What are you doing? Yeah,
You're not actually using the bathroom.
Right.
You're
Just
just
looking
going
around.
to
He's
the
opening up stuff.
The bathroom tells you a lot about the household.
The cabinet. The cabinet.
What's in there? Yeah.
You just look at the you know.
Just think about it.
But to qualify for a personal care worker, also you have to have a limited income. So if you have a lot of assets, you're not eligible for that.
Yeah.
Because Medicare does not pay for a personal.
So like if you own your home, you're probably not going to qualify.
Medicaid pays for a personal care worker, Medicare, and so and to get Medicaid, you income or a disability or something like that to get Medicaid.
Older people I think the term is it daily activities or something
Activities
like
of ADLs.
ADLs, and you have a physical therapist who comes in who does an assessment to see what you're able to do, what things that you do in terms of being. Because we have a lot of older people now who they're in relatively good health, and they can live by themselves.
Yeah, and sometimes a physical therapist may come in and just do an evaluation of the home too. You have lots of rugs, you have areas that you have to step up.
Rugs because of possible harm.
Right.
Yeah,
do you have the
that's
grab bars in your home? Do you have a raised toilet seat? Do you have all of those kinds of things? So they can come and do an assessment with that too to see what you need, and then help.
Does it matter if you can do your own laundry or not?
If you can do your own laundry, you're probably not going to get assistance. So like when I would do the assessments, that all goes off to the state, and the state, they have a way, it's an algorithm that determines this person will get 2 hours a week, this person will get 15 minutes. And they will let you know what those.
The more hours you get, the worse off you are.
Basically.
Right. So, and then there are also programs that just provide supportive care if you need it, like doing your laundry, helping you. Not in personal care, it's just more supportive. So, but those home care agencies that have personal, they can help you with all that. Iris is a really good one that can help you with both supportive and personal care. And if you don't even know where to start, you can call them, and they can do an assessment, get in touch with you, and do all of that.
Yeah, but Iris is
No.
Whoa.
But, they can help you. There are lots of programs out there, and then there's even a program with the Department of Aging, and I want to say is how much it is up a year, but it's a decent amount of money that can help you with anything if you qualify. Anything from clean, moving, personal care, you name it in your home.
One of my checklists, I had the cat, and I had the. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. Yep.
What the cat gonna do if they don't eat? Leave.
Have you ever dealt with a cat? No. Yeah, cats are resourceful. They gonna mess you up if you Sheena come in. You didn't feed me today. Tear her face up.
Yeah.
Eli. This one cat, I was sitting on the porch, and this one cat, he was pretty angry. I think the world.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like a cat.
Yeah, I mean he's out there on his own. Now the good thing about cats though is there's certain robots, like rats and stuff like that. Cats will.
Yeah, a lot of people have cats for that reason, especially if they're out. It's nice. Cats they'll keep that stuff out of the house.
I was walking my dog. She was trying to run up on a raccoon. The raccoon was huge, and I said, "Puddin', I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go. Mama can't do that. I will shoot
that raccoon with a toy Puddin' up.
Especially if it's
raccoons are wicked. They can take on a.
She had her tail up, and she trying to. I said, "Puddin',
your tail up.
My dog." And I said, "Puddin',
what kind of dog you got?
I got a pit bull." I said, "Puddin."
I've seen raccoons tear up coyotes, so
I just seen a video with Fork. I just see with
that muscle that pit bulls. A friend of mine definitely had a pit bull back in the day, and he shot him 5 times with a 38 and killed him.
Well, that raccoon ain't got the gun. I don't know.
You don't know what that raccoon might be packing.
Those raccoons they're wicked, and
I
some
was
of them
scared.
are big.
Yeah,
They got those
huge. It was
claws.
huge.
and they eat very well in the city.
Yes,
So
they
they're
do.
very healthy in the
They
city, eating
are.
off the garbage in the city.
Yeah, the raccoon was
slow.
very slow.
They're slow, but
It took a
they
long
got
time to walk away.
claws like
Yeah, I know they do, but pit bulls are very
Yeah,
because once they're locked, they're gonna shake you to death.
but they got to get to you.
The problem with that, but then doing that is that raccoon could.
That's what I'm like.
Yeah, well,
But the raccoon just woke up, so it was moving real slow, and I'm like, I was able to get across the street.
What time was it?
They come out mostly.
Yeah, it was like
but
nine.
you can't see.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I didn't even see it. I'm yeah.
I know the morning I got up, the coyote through the.
Yeah.
Huh?
I had on my on one of my cameras in the back off the desk last year. I'm like, what is this? They were walking around with a whole family of raccoons. They were all with babies. So I knew Mama was close by because there was 5 little babies and they were all walking across the deck.
And South America's
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know they put it at the complex we that they put the fruit.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't think why they putting the fruit out. Put the monkeys don't go up, and so I thought it was that's a monkey.
like on Martin on that episode of Martin, they look like that thing.
What was that? I don't know what it was. What was? It looked like a raccoon and a rat, and yeah. That's the problem when you go to other, like when you're out in wilderness. We live in the city. When you're out in wilderness, you see a whole lot of, you go like, wow. Or bald eagles are going to come back, and because they used to be dangerous species along the thing. So I'm just Washington County.
Well, you can go down by my species. There was a nest this summer.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Right on 130th and North.
All right, so we're clear on that. And you,
Yes.
physical assessments.
Yes.
I give my mom credit. She's pretty good. She's pretty sharp. When we had to call the EMTs when she had gotten sick, and so they asked her. They said, because they always ask me, "Are you okay?"
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Well, how you doing?" Not good if you're here. She got to the hospital. She said the same thing. How you doing? Not good if I'm here. So she was cocky to share the information. Yeah, you get fear. That you're gonna find. I mean, waiting on my labs sometimes. They're gonna find.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? It's always okay to ask your doctor if you can charge the appointment and y'all can discuss them. Yeah.
That's proactive.
Yeah.
Some doctors are really good about that.
Yeah.
And then some aren't because they're like, well, what if we have
I am so frustrated with all of these political ads.
I am too. I've never wanted.
I know. And let
My
me say
email,
this.
my text message.
Well, that's because this is a swing state, so
Yeah.
it is
Never
terrible.
felt this way.
So
Oh my
votes in
God.
Wisconsin mean more than votes in Illinois. They
Yeah.
do. They
Yeah.
do.
It's a swing state,
It's,
so
Illinois is
that's
going to
why
be blue.
that's why we're getting so many.
Well, the one
Other
thing-
states aren't getting bombarded like we are.
One thing that I think sometimes maybe some of us don't realize it. There are states that only have one
Electoral vote.
electoral vote. We have 10.
It's a big deal.
No,
It's a difference.
they're more than one. They would have at least.
Okay, there you have it. We got 10.
But then
If I can win a state that has 10,
That's 10 points.
and then I need 3 or 4 other states that only have 3 to equate to that. So that's why it matters so much.
Right. Well, and because we are a swing state, that's
We are.
right now the campaign in 7 states.
Yep.
7 states: Georgia, Arizona, Nevada, Wisconsin, Michigan. 7 or 6.
Did you do Arizona?
It's Arizona.
So it does matter, but I hate to put it this way, but your vote matters even more than for your cousins them down in Chi.
Speaking of that, early voting starts today.
You early vote?
I usually don't, and I'm considering it this time only because I gotta go to work, and I know how long.
So 2020, did you vote absentee?
No, I was in person.
Yeah,
I like doing it in person. I'm just, a little bit worried of what the lines. I hope the lines are really long. That's what I hope.
well, our polling place is in Parris Park. And, there's been elections where that line is clear from the building out to the sidewalk, and especially it used to be early in the morning on election day. A lot of people vote before they go to work.
Yeah.
So those lines would be pretty long. So we'll see. Like I have to drive past early voting, so we'll see folks around. One of the things that we talked about, I don't know if we've been, but this not idea, how Black hair products are having a negative health impact, primarily on the Black. The chemicals in those,
many chemicals,
and then so we see an increase in ovarian cancer,
ovarian, endometrial, cervical, all those female reproductive organs. That's where we're seeing the cancers.
It is. I mentioned it earlier. I don't know how we say it, the conflict between vanity and everything from, and I don't know what it is in terms of people who, you see this more in Africa, you see it in the Caribbean, where people are bleaching their skin. And I got to believe the long-term impact on that has to be, who's my guy? Sammy Sosa.
I don't know what Sammy was thinking.
Have you seen Sammy Sosa?
Oh my goodness.
He wasn't even a light-skinned dude. He might be able to pull it off, but man, you look at him going like,
what were you thinking?
Yeah. Right. But understand his culture. And the Dominican Republic, it's a light skin people.
It's everywhere. Colorism is everywhere. Yeah.
And so that idea of which is part of the psychology that woman has to, but the fact that Michelle tells the story about she was in Jamaica and an elderly woman came up to her. She said, "You are so beautiful. You are so beautiful. And you don't need to bleach. You are so beautiful."
Wow.
Yeah. And because we you see it in Africa. I mean, those where there's less regulations. Now, the fact that we've got all these years with Black hair care products primarily targeted at women. But look, even when Madam C.J. Walker started, wasn't she using lye?
A lot of
which
those
is a
products
carcinogen.
contain lye. They used to contain lye.
Because we want our hair straight. And so it's beginning to have negative health consequences for Black women.
Have they come up with other remedies?
You mean other types of hair care products?
Yes.
Better straighteners. I think the market works really well, and they've gone away from that. But there's other chemicals other than lye that are
eating grease.
Yeah.
Eating grease.
Eating grease. That hot comb.
Hot comb and that hair wrap. You don't know nothing about hair wrap, do you?
Yes, I do know.
You know about hair wrap?
To get them.
Did you get hair wrap?
And my ears ain't been the same ever since.
Sitting up in the choir and the ear burnt.
Yeah, it's black all right here. And they said that didn't hurt. And then they say the grease top. No, it didn't. I burned.
You put that comb on my ear.
That old hot comb. She trying to
you could hear it about it.
Yeah, and you could smell it for days.
we do it out the house. Come on over. I'll do your hair. My mom said, man, you be smelling that hair rep. And, ooh, ooh, ooh. But I found something too, which was very interesting. Back in the day, I had a fro, and even when I cut my fro, what's the name of this stuff? It smells. It was
Sulfur 8?
Sulfur 8 is great for the scalp.
Yeah.
My mama would put,
but you smell it for a long time.
yeah,
On your
dandruff
cover.
gone. Your dandruff, I mean, you smell it, but that dandruff is gone. When my mama used to go and I still had hair, she go get a bit of that dandruff. Shoot, here comes the sulfur 8. But I think the out of vanity and obviously, and maybe this is a bigger discussion, yeah, in terms of, do we need to expand our concept of beauty?
Well, I think that has told us what beauty is, and that's been the problem for so many years.
Yeah.
You're inside Be Healthy, Be You. That's Brenda Buchanan. That's Shakita Williams, Ascension, Wisconsin. We'll get back and we'll pick this up on the other side. Right, we were talking about black hair care products and how after all these years, it is beginning to build the residual effects.
Refrigerator.
It is. You know what I'm saying? I'm the most articulate person you've ever met. But no, I'm talking about that, and we were just talking about that, skincare, even especially when you're younger, things like makeup, what it does to the pores, and so there's a balance between our vanity and our health, right?
Most definitely.
She's doing all she can not to agree with me. She's going, do I need to make one more argument?
You got it.
No, I think that because that social pressures are real. If I grew up my teenage years with acne, and if you don't think that had impact on my self-esteem, oh yeah, it really did. But then everybody else had acne.
Yeah.
But it did have major. So I think how the world views us a lot of times becomes really important. But I always push back, and maybe I shouldn't. Trust you. Might not be me, but somebody.
I never go buy shoes and be like, I want this keep.
You should start. He's like throwing you bigger than that.
Like
you got those Chicago NJ1s on. I noticed that when you came in.
Yeah, that's Tasha.
I need damn shoes for you. I bought them for me. Come on, man. Really?
See, because Shakina would have thought it, but would not have said it.
Oh man,
Tasha, like it's real.
Thought it and said it.
Keeping it real, keeping it real.
Wrong show.
Right. I was telling my the story one time. My wife said something that was really god awful. She hurt my feelings on Sunday morning, and I didn't go to church. That's how upset I was. I got in a man cave in a fetal position. Oh, dude, I was in a fetal position, and she had a great church. She comes out to me. You can see I'm hurt. She said, well, I'm sorry if what I said upset you. Oh, you're not sorry for what you said?
Right.
You're sorry for my reaction?
Yeah, my reaction.
What you said? I think we need to go
a little further.
A little further than
But that's how I apologize. That's not good.
No, I'm saying not necessarily.
I didn't
in
mean
the sense that you may have meant what you said.
I meant what I
Oh, she meant what
I
she
hate
said. It was
that.
obvious.
But
It made you feel that way, but what do they say? Sometimes the truth hurts.
Is that a bad way to apologize?
Yeah, but you don't
I don't
have
really
to use.
consider it an apology. I mean, you're saying I still say
I
it.
feel your pain.
Yeah. Right.
Not enough not to hurt you.
I don't
You know what they saying?
Yeah.
Next time you know better than to talk crazy to me. That's what they're saying.
Something in my spirit tell me you started it. Something in my spirit tell me you started
And
it.
with the church.
Yep.
It don't matter who started it. It doesn't matter. Yeah, with the church.
Her reaction.
It had great church. The whole thing.
Rhonda, I'm sorry. I know it's your birthday and all, but
man up. You get over it. Because you going down. You going down.
Get down.
Pip down.
talk to baby how to trash talk over there at 5.
She's talking trash at 5.
Can't wait till my dream gets that age. We're talking more than that.
Dude, it is a cultural thing. I don't know why we just can't play cards. I go over it. I used to when I used to play
Mm-hmm.
and that's
why not?
Yeah, that is the quietest card game ever.
What is concept
Spades
of
is
sheep's head?
never quiet.
Spades.
Yeah, but
I don't know how to
the
play
concept of
spades.
sheep's head? You don't know how to play spades.
No.
I bet Tasha do.
No.
Your family that's what every black family grew up playing with spades.
You know how to play
No.
bid whiz?
Dominoes.
You don't play bone?
All your people have been locked up. That's a inmate game. The family game at Domino, they always like,
She was raised with us.
man, I ran Cell Block B. Man, I ran Cell Block B.
Well, I'm sorry, I took off about so I'm pretty
When
good.
she get out, when she get out.
Girl, when I get home, you know what I'm gonna do? Because I know you all want to learn. So, I mean, it's a cultural piece. I'm surprised no fights ever break out.
Where?
Because
In my family,
I mean, I'm talking physical fight.
Man, are you kidding?
really? That's why I don't play cards.
My sister won't
Then
play
when
now.
the clients- That's why I don't play. Somebody might have got out that chair, went over for the next person.
I think it's really aggressive to get up and slam the card. That's
No!
really aggressive.
You slam the card
Domino,
before you jump over the
you
table.
tell the table. You tell the table with Domino. It's like bam.
Wait.
It's like
Renege. That's where it usually starts.
Yeah.
You renege.
Yeah.
I ain't renege. I can go back 3 books and show you I will. But if you don't be right, you got to give up 3 books.
you know what I
So now, if you don't acknowledge that you renege, we got a problem.
Mhm.
And
there it goes.
what I love.
I know what I saw.
What I love is
You played a diamond on
post-game
that.
commentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get
You
crazy.
know, the post game commentary where they talking real smack. Yeah, because when they came with da. I'm going, I don't even know how to play cards, but I'm getting mad over here, man. You won. Stop talking. We got it.
But the crazy thing is everybody gets up the next day like ain't nothing happened.
Right. It's normal.
But yeah.
Did you play in college in dorm room?
No, I stopped playing because of the trauma I experienced.
Just trauma.
I could call my sister my grandmother. My sister adored my grandmother until the day they were playing spades. And she led with a trump, and my sister didn't cut. And she called her one of them names that women don't like to be called.
Yeah.
And you saw what I led with? You're supposed to cut that book. She got up from the table and she had never played again.
When your big mom would come at you hard like that, that could be traumatic.
I get it.
Table
This is
flip.
what I'm talking about. Like she said,
Trauma.
you don't play no more.
And some names that are not on the book that you can't find.
Yeah, they come up with some.
You heard of sap sucking,
Right.
And
And if you ever been in a
like,
PWI,
what is that?
you ever been, and I know they do it at HBCU,
Uh-huh.
PWI, they were playing cards.
Right. So they
To the point that our bookstore had to start stocking cards because they be in there because back in the day it was cruise when you get Newports into the senior year. So it was cruise and cards. And you go in that dorm room and it was like you on Mount Sinai, all the smoke and other smokes in the room. It's an incredible cultural piece for us as descendants of enslaved Africans. It's cheap. You ain't gambling.
Yeah.
But and if people don't think winning is important,
Losing is just as important.
Not at those things I was at.
you don't have to be gambling.
I'm trying to
It's bragging rights. It's bragging rights. It's you ain't gonna be gambling.
When you move, it's just as
It's real character when you win.
well,
Especially
I've been in a whole lot of character losing situations. I feel like it ain't my character at all. Not at all. It's character. You learn so much from losing. Yeah, how bad it hurts. Shoot, just walk around and look. I gotta do.
You make a
Still
10
talking to me for 30 years.
firsthand, and I gotta get up. Oh, that's not a character building situation right
Not
there.
at all. I gotta do.
And you bid it on me too? Oh no, that's
50 years ago, they beat us. To this day, this dude, he came up. He go, what up there? I go, I'm good. What's happening, right? He go, where's Ray? Come out here, something. You tell us, we kicked that. I don't. We still talking about this 50 years
I'm not
later.
the winner though. I'm not the winner. That's why
Oh,
I'm very. I'm
every summer to play spades.
yeah, my dad. My church was like kickball, and so I'm always the captain. So
at
let
your
my
church.
at
Let
the
me tell
church.
you- let
Let
me
my
tell
team win.
Let me tell
On
you something.
Sunday, when I go up there, my testimony. On
She said that's
Saturday.
her testimony.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank the Lord for letting us beat. Putting them back, man.
Ain't God good? Ain't God good?
Look at God.
The devil thought he had us. The devil thought he had us.
My mama said, well, next Sunday when you lose, get up there and do the same thing that you did when you lost. Look at that. Because everybody talk about athletes when they win. I like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. When they lost, where's Jesus? Hey, obviously, he wasn't with us. We lost.
Yeah, that type of winner. I gotta bring.
Oh,
I gotta
man. And then they invoked God. It was a divine whooping. It wasn't just a whooping. It was a divine whooping from on high. This was a sanctified Holy Ghost whooping. It just
Yeah.
but no, you just and how y'all remain friends after this? Because I mean, it destroyed family.
Trouble.
They whooped. I don't call them names, but they whooped somebody so bad. At the end, the next week when we got back together, oh, they had put on their t-shirts.
I like stuff like that.
People's name on it.
Yeah, let them know.
Let
them know.
we rumbling at Big Mama's funeral. Hey, why they fight back then? It was a spade game these
What's that
Negroes had
called?
3 years ago.
What's that called when they don't make? Oh, you ran a Boston.
Ran a Boston.
Ran a Boston. So.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
And the brother who called in when he was commenting on the Harris Trump campaign, he said he ran a Boston. That's what he said. Remember? And everybody goes, you know what? That's right. I didn't play cards and it sounded right to me. I thought I could play dominoes. I really did. Until I went by Puerto Rican house. In the Caribbean, loans are big. Whether Bahamas, Jamaica, Puerto Rico,
What?
I don't know what he said. All I know was he was making me regularly. I thought I could play. My little regular train. And dude never slammed the table. I felt slammed. So I found out there's people. If you go to like Miami, you'll see either chessboard set up or you'll see board set up with dominoes. You know, it's
Checkers still big?
I don't know if checkers.
It should be just as technical breath.
Can he?
Checkers.
King me with the checkers.
Yeah, woo, 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 woo. I'm tearing you up.
Heard a lot of arguments.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
of them moves you ain't supposed to.
Yeah.
You can't go backwards.
Yeah, you can go back.
Even as a king, you can't go
I think you can go
You
back.
can, yeah.
I became familiar with
phones in.
I didn't know. You know what I used to do with dominoes?
What's that?
Set them up.
Mhm.
And then push them.
That's what.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all you
I
thought
had
they
no
were made
clue.
for.
I had no clue. Nobody ever talked about the play. So it was just one of those things where you set them up.
Yeah. My mama's so good. She didn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm just.
What they do stuff like that in
Did you
science
check that?
class.
What?
Dominoes, right?
You thought it was just.
Stacking on them.
How old were you when you learned how to play dominoes? Okay. Yeah.
But you're
know
saying
why my
prior
mom-
to that, you thought you.
Yeah, I didn't know why my mama even bought us dominoes. You know, it's just like, oh, people buy us the real board games like Monopoly. You know,
Boring.
Monopoly can get pretty competitive too.
Yeah,
No.
with the right people, if you own the right property.
I think your property.
Now the game I love was
Trouble.
Yeah.
Because that was a dice game.
Yeah.
See, I'm a party host, so at my family, so I always host a party. So my game, they like parades. We do like Dance Revolution. We do, and that gets intense. We did Michael Jackson.
Put on your phone and put it up here.
Oh, I got that on my phone. That's charade.
Right?
Yeah, I got that on my phone. Yeah, I'm the
put it
party
up on
host.
your head.
Yeah, we do it like this. We got it. That is intense. That's
We have to give you the
intense.
clue so you can.
Also, it's a special hat.
No, it's on my phone. So it's the game. So I just put it on my head. You gotta say what the word is.
You gotta hold it up there.
And if you get the when you go down. Yeah, that's
You know, here's the thing about
that. I might want to try that.
Okay.
health benefits.
My
the,
God.
The stimulus to the brain. We're talking about, you know, how crazy it is. It's also stimulating, and if you're doing cards, you know, I mean, dominoes is math. Uno is math.
a lot of problems.
Did you ever seen that stand-up party where they talk about something family? I'm saying, what are you
From the South Side Chicago. Can't only imagine. With the Uno game. I mean, but I think that I'm glad we had that whole, but how important that is, especially as you get older. You know, I tell people the benefit of me doing this every day is I have to learn new stuff every day. And you get to a point in your life where you kind of think, and now you run the tapes. You know, like when your kids are really, really little and they just run the tape, this tape, especially a song that's in their brain, they just, man, shake, the devil off. Kate, we went to Kentucky, and that 9-hour trip, 8 of them was shake the devil off. I was just like, are you doing it? But she's running the tape, and when we become older, we tend to run the tape.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, we're not taking into account that the world is changing.
Yeah.
And that we have technology and advancements. We got more people on the planet. That little thing, right? And so I think for the older listeners, whether you're reading, you know, get stimulation, right? It will help you in a lot of different ways, because one of the things you deal with as you get older is onset of depression, right? You know, you're looking at your life. No, every day you can learn something.
Yeah,
definitely.
And as long as you out learning something every day, that's why I love trivia so much, because man, you just you and people go, well, what is that? That's just the name information. We went up to the pharmaceuticals. My wife ran the health clinic. So back in the day, they coming in butter with the doctors.
Sure.
So they do a retreat, right? The food they brought
was
in,
amazing.
you know. So they did a retreat up there.
Oh yeah.
Up in and just reopened it. And so their theme that year was country western. Rhonda and I were the only 2 black people there. So they're doing a trivia thing, you know, like stuff.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
So they asked the question that year, who was Brooks and Dunn? You don't look like a country music fan.
Yeah.
And my wife goes, yeah, but trivia is
Yeah.
because I'm always, man, I go places. That's like even now. You know, there's fun. Go visit, and you can expand around.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, that's one of the reasons why we see people who
Right.
because it really you have reason to get up and do work. Hey, it's still they're still relevant. They've got things to do. When people retire, I just take it easy. They don't get up and get dressed. You know, they don't go try new things. They hang out. All of a sudden, they start to pick up. And every single person having the most important thing is you still got to be relevant. You've got to find something to do that's important for you.
I look at it, and I retired at 52. Really, just chilling, and I would the day. Here, he was might want to apply. So there's little tricks you have. Don't put the year you graduate. Right? Let them ask you. Don't volunteer for education because they take.
Yeah.
And I was do you have the experience? And then my question was, well, I don't get a job. How do I get the experience?
Right.
Come in with the experience to be able to do what they have to do. I think the other thing is for our older folks, spend time with younger people.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna have that.
Sure, the cares that we don't take care of that work together. Yeah, it's such a difference in their lives. It's good for the kids and for the adults.
Yeah, because all of a sudden, you know, now we were just asked the other day, I was asking Carly, I said, I just watched the BET Hip Hop Awards. I didn't know any of the artists other than Fat Joe. I'm trying to figure out when he blew up. No, because he got his own talk show now. I know, yeah. I mean, I remember Fat Joe from back in the day, but he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't big. He was.
He put somebody else to change his name, didn't he?
He was in a group. No, he wasn't.
No, there was a group.
You ain't know that.
What was the movie they did though when they were the home care?
The
Disorderly.
Disorderlies.
The Disorderly.
Yeah.
They were the
See, you
worst.
ain't think I knew that.
I think Yeah, the Disorderlies. That was like an awful. That was Ralph Bellamy, the guy they took care of. He and Ralph Bellamy was one of the brothers in Trade. What was the other one though? There's a Dr. Dre. Buddy. Dr. Dre. I'm trying to think what his was it the I know it was Be Healthy Be You. And if we didn't learn anything, we did not go to picnics.
Yeah, you do.
That you play spades with the big mama.
That's right. Those are the two things.
Be honest in your physical.
And be honest in your physical.
That's right.
And get the young people into
Absolutely.
There's a reason they ask those questions.
ready for baptism. Anything you ladies have?
Make sure you wear a life jacket because somebody hit you.
And you know what? I had cardiac
Heart stop.
Yeah.
We'll get out of here.
Give me one more minute. I got to cover. But when we were at camp, one of the things you said was you don't say potential threat. You know, there was all these other things. Because drowning is actually dying, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you drown.
Right.
And then
Yes.
You would say, and you're dead.
Not alive anymore.
Not alive. Come on,
Nothing.
Nothing. Well, that's true.
what it
Nothing.
People could not walk.
blind.
Could not see. Deaf could not hear. Mute.
You that could not talk. Can I get a hand that touch your neighbor? Touch your neighbor. Grab your neighbor.
Man.
Let me thank you all for listening to Miss Shakina Williams. Thank you. Ebo, thank you. Harvey, thank you. Good Lord willing, please go down tomorrow on this whole day.